Oh, mate. So this thing needs to make it about 1200 Ks in about a week's time. That looks pretty much brand new, so we're going to leave that actually. God, this thing is just... This also might be a little bit more difficult given the fact that I don't have my full toolbox here. With the jump starter hooked up, I can now crank over the engine with the ignition coil off. This allows me to get the oil primed as the car hasn't been started in a couple years. Once primed, I can now connect the ignition line, and that's when I realised I can't hear my fuel pump. So it's time to replace that one as well. I can show what's happening underneath here now. I've put in a fuel filter before the pump because we were having, well, I think the issue with the old one was that there was no filter before the pump, so the pump has been jammed up or clogged up and then it's just burnt out. So we've got a new pump in, got a filter in line. This was a bit annoying to try and get sorted out because this is quite a big hose, but as long as this gets the car up there, I then want to try and get this to somehow screw directly into the fuel tank because there's not a lot of clearance going on here. To give this car the best chance it can have, seeing as the fuel tank is already changed, the Corolla received some fresh fuel and a new battery. We should hear a pump this time. That is the sound of a pump going. So this is a quick way to clean up before I head back to Queensland to work for the week. 2 weeks later, I have a jack, which means I can finally put this up on jack stands, and then we can do the gearbox and diff fluid. This is leaking a little bit, and I'm pretty sure a rear main seal has gone out as well. And I'm annoyingly in the one patch that our roof is dripping. Cool. That broken loose, that's all we need. So when you're doing gearboxes and diffs, make sure you can break loose the fill plug first. You don't want to break this loose, let all your oil out, and then not be able to fill it up. Oh, man. Ah, damn it. It's actually not that dirty. I'm pretty impressed with that at the moment. Alright, fresh washer, a little bit of thread tape. Chuck that one back in. So it looks like we got a little right angle thingy here, little adapter. If I can unscrew that, we might be able to clean it up. Put some sort of thread sealer on it, and I can tuck this away from the exhaust a bit more. I've got a bottle of this, and I also have a little bit of this stuff left, so we're going to add these two together into this bottle. We are dripping, which means we're full. I've made a bit of a mess of the ground, but that's fine. I think I'm going to degrease under here anyway and just give it a quick little spray. My steering arms appear to be rubbing rubbing on the sump over there. So when I turn, I'm rubbing through my sump. The last thing I need to do is wrap this part of the manifold up. Ideally, I'd like to do the whole manifold, but this is my key concern because it has burnt through a little bit of that sleeve there. So I'm going to wrap that one up at least, and then try to tuck this away a little bit more. With the car running all sweet, I want to do a quick polish up on the chrome parts. The only thing I had was glass cleaner and a green scuff pad, but the results from it were surprisingly good. With the car looking and running better than it has in a very long time, it's now ready, maybe, for 10 hours on the road. It's so rough. This road sucks so much.